Welcome to the MMHP in the 989, channeling all styles and eras of Michigan music history. Recorded live inside the Rock Legends Hall of Fame in Bay City, Michigan. Featuring Dr. J, Sir Fred, Mr. Mike, and your host, Scott Baker.
Here we are back with part 2 of 2 with Mr. Drew Abbott here at the MMHP in the 989. We'd like to thank him for coming up to the podcast here in Bay City, Michigan, and enjoying the Michigan Rock Legends Hall of Fame and getting his certificate from his induction as being a member of the Silver Bullet Band. And here in part 2, you get to hear more of those stories. You get to hear him perform as well as where he's heading. So without further ado, we're going to dive back in. Happy New Year, everybody. Heading into 5 years as a team here at MMHP in the 989, and we're very proud to have you along for the ride.
Okay, let's
Well,
see.
I want to finish. You were going into something about talking about with Chris, and you recently saw Bob, and we were talking about the songwriting. Did you guys have a discussion? Because we were.
No, I saw Bob back. I was there. I wasn't going to bother him or anything. You know, we were there. My significant other, Elizabeth, I don't think had ever heard it. So I called up Bill Blackwell and said, I don't want to. So we, drove in. We had all the stuff,
Credentials,
patches of credentials, and so we were just backstage. And I was talking to Rap and a couple of guys, and I was talking to Chris. We were all in a room, and I got the message. Bill Blackwell came. I said, "Bob wants to see you." I said, "Okay." So I went and saw him, and we talked for a while. And he was very complimentary. He was, "Who's this?" I said, "It's Elizabeth." And he said, "Okay." And as we left, he said, "You got a good man there."
Yeah. Well,
Thanks, Bob.
And what was the last time you had seen him before that?
I don't know.
When did you leave? 82, 83?
No, 80. I was in Sweden, January 8th, 1980, because it was the night that it was the day, because I was in Sweden. I'd stayed over. It was the second European tour, and John Lennon got shot.
oh, yeah.
So I think it's December 8th, it wasn't
Right.
Mhm.
8th, 1980, and that was the last gig I played with Bob.
Now, that was after Against the Wind.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now, 9 Tonight, was that recorded on the...
No, it wasn't the second night of the original recordings.
No, I'm saying, was it the tour after Stranger in Town? Is that where that was recorded?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to say, yeah, I don't know.
Right, I'm sure. Well, Against the Wind, Bob Seger's first #1 album,
Yeah.
wins the Grammy as Best Rock Album of the Year.
Another story.
Yeah, okay, because I want to ask you, do you get an award as a member of the band, when that happens?
They didn't think they would win. And I was dating somebody that I later married, but it's not Elizabeth. I was a younger man then. And we were there, and I said, "Well, you want to go to New York?" Nobody else was going. And one of the reasons was they held the thing in New York rather than L.A. And they had a salsa band. So, we went, and they announced it, and I went up and got it.
Wow, okay.
So, I accepted the Grammy for that, and he got 2 Grammys. He got one for the cover of Against the Wind.
Right, that's where
horses,
Tom Burt
right.
got his Grammy, because he did the photography on the inner
I
page.
picked up the Grammy, and oh man, I couldn't resist screwing with Punch when I got back. I said, "Well, I talked about your relationship with Bob." That's not what I said. But I screwed with Punch, and he went, "You did not." I said, "No, I didn't do that."
Just to see him.
Yeah, he was pissed. Because I was kind of the wild card, and
Yeah.
it's not. I wouldn't put it past him.
But you left in 80 then, and you didn't see him again, or maybe on and off over the years? Any other reunions or just recently?
I moved to after 80, I came back to the States, and I got fired. I remember going in and he fired me and he fired David the same day. And, what are you going to do?
So did Bob do the firing or did Punch?
Bob did. Punch didn't know.
Oh.
I was going to fire us. So it was band meeting. Beware of band et tu, Brute. But I understand fully because I wouldn't play like the damn record. And I came from improvisation because I was playing jazz and all that. Bob came from copying records, and he was really good at it. He would, people would come and see him because he'd do, really good stuff, dead accurate, and he had these records, and he was, he wanted to play it like the damn record, and I wouldn't do it. So he had no choice.
Okay, before you're fired, I want to touch on this again because we're doing our podcast from Bay City. You played after Against the Wind was released. You played Ingalls Stadium a second time.
Okay.
This time the Rockets opened. Jim and Johnny B.
Yeah.
So again, any difference in that one? I was playing softball. I missed the opening acts, but I saw it.
Well, they were
you guys in the Silver Bullet Band.
I liked the Rockets a lot, but they got that singer who was a very good singer. I liked the Rockets when they were a trio and Johnny B sang.
Okay, yeah, that's realer like.
He had he was playing bars, and he had a very authentic voice. And I played with Mitch Ryder for 6 weeks. Oh man, that was tough.
Why was it tough?
They all hated each other.
Oh, okay. Hard band to be in.
Yeah, it was. I walked in and they were just doing stuff that was going to hurt them in the end. I went like this, and I did it because they called it to come play guitar. And I said okay, and I played I think 6 weeks, and we did these things. And the way they were doing things, and there wasn't new material coming down. He was doing greatest hits, and I went like. And I was getting, I didn't need the money. And I just went, nah, this is, I was excited about it because, he's great and it was a good band. And I went, it's not going to go anywhere. Mm-hmm. I'd been, I always thought that in later years, I thought like, I was going like, well, how did I have this career in it? And I think really it's because I'm not a great guitar player, but I was really good at being in a band and trying to keep that together and move it forward, for the greater good. If the band gets better and gets more things, I get it too. So
yeah,
that's the deal. Okay, didn't mean. Go ahead.
No, that's great. Going through all those eras.
Yeah.
What did you do with music? Coming out of it, did you take a break or how did you go?
Well, I cut this album, but that was a couple of years later.
This is early 80s album? Or 80s?
It probably says somewhere in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I was looking at
Open
the cover.
it up and
oh, okay, yeah. The outer cover doesn't give a year on it. Sometimes that's
the
printed
inner
on
one,
the CD.
inner one does.
Where did you record that at?
In Ann Arbor at
Big Sky. That's right on. That is
Drove
on
by
here.
there every day when I lived there.
Jeffrey Michaels, and great studio, just super, and Jeff's just great guy, and yeah.
I'd go by there every day when I worked at the university, and in the morning there would be sometimes a big bus, and you go, who's in town?
We cut a lot of, everybody would record there, and he'd cut everything, string quartets and progressive folk music, and it was, it's cool.
Yeah. When did you get to know Al Jacquet? Did you know him back in the
I knew him back
Savage Grace days?
Yeah, Savage Grace days. And Al's a good guy. really a good guy.
Yeah, he was on a podcast. Would that have been less than a year ago?
It was a year ago. Yeah.
Right, and then
That came out less than a year
yeah,
ago.
Mike.
Played up here.
Yeah, Mike's got a kind of a small venue called the Showroom just on the block, and Al played a show there.
I did some duos with him.
Yeah, that's where I kind of got in contact with Al when Savage Grace was inducted into the Michigan Rock and Roll Legends Hall of Fame, and I think at that time you and Al were playing some shows together,
Yeah,
and
we were.
it was interesting. A couple Michigan legends playing. So what were you guys doing? What was kind of like your set?
Well, I did a couple songs, but he did a lot of Savage Grace stuff, and he did some songs he had written, and it was fine. We did some gigs, and I kind of backed out of it. Somebody took a video and I saw it and I went like, I shouldn't be there. It wasn't him. He was doing great. Matter of fact, he'd go out and do a couple solo songs. It was better than I was just in the wrong. I was in the wrong genre.
Oh, okay.
And
did you perform any of the Third Power stuff?
no.
Okay.
No, I didn't
Were you
do any
doing some
singing. I
things
didn't do
from
any
Silver?
singing with Al. Maybe I did a blues song or something. I can't
Okay.
remember. And it was no bass, no drums.
Okay.
Too folky for me.
All right.
Well, we also had a podcast with Donnie Brown, who had just jammed with you prior to our podcast, like two or 3 years ago, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, I got to play with Drew," and he told us a little bit about it and how magical it was to hear your
The
guitar
drummer,
sound.
Donnie?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
was
from the
he was
verse
great.
part.
Well,
What-
he's
what-
on that album
Okay.
right there.
Oh,
Okay. So there is some newer stuff on here then. Because
Well, this is my album. Yeah,
Okay.
I cut it some time ago, but yeah,
Okay.
Donnie was. He was. I asked Jeff at the studio. I said, because I tried these other drummers. And here's the thing about drummers. I've learned all this the hard way. Especially guys who play in bands. They play too many cymbals. Because there's one thing about a cymbal. You can't erase a scratch. If you don't want that cymbal thing there because it's taken away, you can't get rid of it.
Oh, okay.
Because it bleeds over all the mics for the drum
true.
set. Even with digital stuff, which I was recording with, which you can do amazing things with. So, all these guys I'd brought in, and Donnie was fine. I talked to him about it, cymbals, it's just crash, and it sounds, because that's, they get bored, and it sounds good live. But if you listen to a studio drummer, you don't hear crashes. There was, I told this one guy, I said, you did more crashes in that one song we did just now than the entire Motown, everything they ever caught at Motown. Because they never did a cymbal crash in everything they cut at Motown. There was no cymbal crashes.
Amazing.
Listen to it. It's
never
all
thought about
hi-hat.
that,
In the back, the hi-hat. Or
The Foo Fighters cut a record in L.A., one of their records, where they took all the cymbals out and the hi-hat out, and they had to Grohl aired his drum parts for where he was hit. Yeah. Then he overdubbed all the cymbals so they could have it.
That's a great way to do it, because you can lose a great drum track with cymbal noise, even though, they're separate. Plus, it's just... And that's what I would do,
That's hard to do, but wow.
Well, yeah, like I'm going to tell Donnie, I'm taking your cymbals.
Yeah.
Live with it.
Well, Larry McRae's last two records with the Joe Bonamassa setup out in California, he says they don't allow hi-hat. And he says it pisses me off. He says, I love hi-hat on my music. Yeah. He says they don't even allow hi-hat. Now, there is some cymbals, and there's a couple that you can hear things, but Larry's like, I like four on the floor, man, when I'm hearing my blues. Really? And he goes, they don't put hi-hat in anything they do for that label. I'm like, wow.
Well, that's the session musicians play a frickin' pocket. You're not going to hear a bunch of crashes on it.
Yeah.
It's
not showboat and
Well, it's exciting in a live atmosphere. Plus, drummers get bored.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's why I switched to guitar.
That takes me back. I got to ask you. I'm going to jump way back where you started this. When you said you played Charlevoix, right? And there was something in Charlevoix when you
there was a restaurant there.
When you
Played
were a
music.
jazz player, right?
Yeah, I played what?
How was
jazz
that still in high school?
I was that was my senior. I just finished high school and went up there, and they gave us. I had a room, and they got food, and I was thinking I'd make it $150 a week playing drums there.
And your mom and dad were like, have fun. They were like, not happy you were on the road touring at that point. Excuse me.
Oh yeah, well, that was one thing that since I was playing when I was in high school.
Yeah.
As a sophomore, I didn't have I didn't have to be on when the school lights.
That's beautiful.
Street lights went on.
How
yeah,
cool parents, man. Like,
Plus, if you're making $150
Yeah.
a week, that's a lot of money back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Well,
Yeah.
it paid,
Especially if
paid
you're a
tuition,
teenager. Yeah,
'cause
you're
I
a
had to-
teenager making that kind of
I was
money.
hearing your story and I'm like, you were in high school doing that? That is awesome. You're on the road already,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I lived in California for a while too. I got a cymbal stolen out there. My dad moved out to California, and I don't know, we were there about 3-4 months or something, and moved back.
Amazing. And then, so you said you recorded that album since then, but in the 80s, as the 80s went on, 90s, any other?
Well, I came back, and I think I got married in. Well, my son was born in '83, so I must have been married in '82 at least. And when I got fired, I moved to California because
Okay.
I went like, I'm not going to sit around here and to have this. And I had a nice house in Birmingham and everything, and so I sold that and moved out to California with my new wife, and we had the kid out there, as a matter of fact, at Cedar Sinai. And he only weighed 2 pounds, so it's good. Thank God.
Oh, wow.
He's got 2 degrees from U of M, and now and is 42 years old, so it worked out.
Yeah, very good.
I had full custody.
Hmm.
Yeah, I fought for it.
Are you doing any music now, Drew? Or
No.
are you pretty much kind of retired? Or are you looking at maybe getting back into
I
it if the
have-
situation was
I
right?
had a guy come in and clean my basement. I've got a nice place to go down there and work. I've got a set of lyrics and I've got some chords. I don't know if the lyrics fit the chords, but I've had them I haven't written a song in 3 years. And part of it was just, I'm in this relationship and I'm kind of decompressing, and I've done it a long time. I'm 78 years old too. So, and, when I was playing, I had, there's a band called Leo Creek up north, and guys I played with from Cass Avenue. Really good band. And
Traverse City bass?
yeah, Tim
Yeah.
Sparling's on keyboards and Jack Dryden's on bass, and it's really good bands, 4-piece. And we did a lot of gigs. To go up there and play gigs and stuff. But what's happening for me to go do a gig, you make $200 at the gig or something, it cost me $600 to do the gig.
Mm.
And I like playing with them. I would play with them. I don't care about the money about that. But down here, when I was doing some of this stuff, I'm going like, I'm not making any money at this, and I'm having to learn all these songs I don't like.
Okay.
And I went like, oh, that's pretty tough. So I took, a lot of other stuff going on, and like every summer I would play out at the Rochester Park. The guy'd call me up, and I'd put a band together, rehearse it, and go rehearse it in my basement actually, and go do the gig. Get Skeeto on drums and stuff like that. People who would
Skeeto rules. Oh, great drummer.
yeah, great guy too.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I used to do that every summer, and I stopped that. So it's been a little thing, and I'm pretty happy about it, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I'll screw around with the guitar. If I finish a song, then maybe some, but I'm not going to go through this stuff again. Like I did that. I think the thing I did that gig with Al, and I had to learn all these songs. Some of them I didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
God bless Al. They went over fine. And I'm like, what are you doing here? You don't need the money, and this is work for you because you're not enjoying it. Now, if I found a blues band, 3-chord blues band that I liked. And I haven't been, I don't go out at night anymore. I don't drink. It's been 36 years since I drank or smoked, So if I found a band that I could go sit in once in a while, like I used to at Alvin's, and I didn't know all the songs, but they had another guitar player who knew all the songs and mostly blues, I'd do it. That I would do because I'm not putting I'm not putting the band together. I'm sitting in.
Okay.
It's a band,
Well, anybody in a blues band out there,
What's Shadowhawks
Drew
band?
Abbott, not a bad addition to your group.
What's Shadowhawks band?
The Broken Arrow Blues.
You ever hear of the Broken Arrow Blues band?
No.
They just lost Gary Rasmussen, the bass player.
Oh, I remember he died, didn't he?
Yeah, he's in that trio, and they're great, and they're around. Where do you live now? Well, I used to back there.
I live south of Birmingham,
south of Birmingham,
in Beverly Hills.
Okay.
I think those guys are from the Detroit area.
They are.
Aren't they?
Yeah.
Well,
I'll tell them.
we'll see.
Yeah, they play in Bay City quite often.
Yeah,
either
they're
at
on the road all the
Scotty
time.
Sandbar or
Yeah, that's what I want to do,
Vimo's.
be on the road again.
That's right.
For coming to see
I
you to
drove
jam.
up here. It was a long drive. Okay?
And we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you making that
And it's
drive.
dark outside and cold.
Oh man.
That's right. Well, at least it was light on your way here.
Yes.
It's going to be
Yes,
dark
thank
on the
God.
way home.
Oh man. Now you said you did do a little bit with Mitch Ryder. Was there any other bands you stepped into on and off over the years?
No. I toured with Mitch, and I did it, and
Was this after the Detroit Wheels?
yeah.
Well, this was after Seger, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know how I got the gig. He called me up, I think, or something. Oh, I know how I got the gig. They lost their rhythm player because they had a good lead player. Forget the guy's name. You would know it, but I can't remember his name. Really good guitar player.
Was he billing the band as the Detroit Wheels, or it was just the Mitch Ryder show?
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
Detroit Wheels.
Okay.
And Johnny was in it, and Gujan was playing bass, so you had a good rhythm section.
Yeah.
And the keyboard player was, I can't remember who that was, and the other guitar player was really good. So they had me playing rhythm. Okay. And I wanted to get back and do some stuff, and I did it for, I think, 6 weeks. And, they're driving all night going to stuff like, a lot of stuff. Well, the thing that stopped me, I went like, this is not going anywhere. There's too much animosity in the band. It's, you don't know what's going to happen necessarily. Johnny and Mitch were getting in fights on the stage.
Oh.
And I went, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember going to the band and they're all dressed in black. And I'm going, because I just started and I said, is there a dress code with you guys? I said, oh, no. We wear black. And I went, okay, well, I'm wearing white. Because that's what you do with Bob. You wear white because you show up better on stage. It's not just people.
Yeah.
Putting a band together is like herding frickin' cats.
True.
Yeah,
that
Bernard
have,
also
that
said-
have typhoid.
Yeah, it's like you're married to 5 different women.
Oh, it's
It's difficult.
just
right? Hard to
trying
keep everybody happy.
Larry told me you jumped up on stage with him. I think either Traverse City or Grand Rapids or something. A long time ago. He goes, oh, he jumped up with us and jammed one time.
I might have.
Yeah. He said you loved playing the blues and it was really good.
Good. Wow. Yeah, I don't remember everything. I'm remembering less and less too, which is kind of fortunate actually.
Oh,
Because the bad stuff you did. Oh, I have one of the sayings I use is the thing I'm most grateful for in life is I never got what I deserved.
yeah, that's a good one.
Wow. Okay. Some people, makes total sense.
It did to me.
Yeah.
Was there any sessions along the way that you haven't mentioned today that might be cool that are your fans or Seger fans or anybody in the classic rock realm might say,
No.
oh my gosh, you're on guitar on that track? And it just
I
happened to
played
happen?
guitar on something Ray Goodman had going, and I remember recording it, and it wasn't. I can't remember the song. I can't remember anything. It was down in Detroit somewhere.
It was a while ago.
Yeah, everything was a while ago.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you say Ray Goodman because Al put me in touch with you.
Yeah,
And Al put me in touch with Ray, and I knew Ray through Dick Wagner.
yeah.
Because I was working with
Ray's
Dick.
played with everybody.
Yes, and it's like he's coming up here next month
Oh, good.
to be on the show. So
He's a real good guitar player.
he
Real good.
played with one of our other recent guests, Greg Nagy, 2 nights ago.
I played with Greg Nagy. Yeah,
He was on a show
couple
recently
times.
too.
Yeah.
When SRC did their reunion at White's Bar, Ray Goodman was in the band. He played on their third album. So yeah, he's got
he
quite
was,
a
he
history.
was in
Yeah.
I played guitar for them for Quackenbush.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a video of it.
Really?
Yeah, it was down at it's either the film. Yeah, I think it was the Fillmore.
Was this the reunion tour? I know they didn't play that many gigs when they came back together. There would have been, I don't know, in 2000 sometime. Do you remember when that was?
I don't know why.
Yeah, because I didn't come up here for the show at White's.
Al was with Al Lamont, or yeah, he was in the one Quackenbush. And who was playing drums? I think Johnny B might have played drums on that.
Oh, okay. Wow.
It was an all-star thing or something like
Oh,
that.
all
They
right,
did,
yeah.
but the singer came in.
Scott Richardson.
Scott Richards. Nice,
Pete Woodman
nice
played
guy.
drums at White's.
I just saw something on Facebook. It kind of sounded like Scott Richardson may have kind of maybe a major health issue.
Yeah, I'm going to pause this on the podcast, but he did post something strange the other day,
Yeah, it didn't
saying
sound,
how much he loved everybody.
Yeah, it didn't sound real good.
Yeah, he's out in Arizona. I've been talking with him on and off, but
Yeah.
I got to find out. Anyway, I want to ask you, what's your favorite moment on record, on vinyl, or what's your favorite guitar parts you've ever cut?
Well, I said the solo on Traveling Man,
Yeah.
Beautiful Loser.
That might be the
and,
coolest live guitar shred.
Fire Down Below. There are 2 or 3 things. I'm pretty hard on myself, and that solo on Beautiful Loser, the transition thing is right in my wheelhouse. It's a modal thing, and there's 1 chord. So I'm not sitting there trying to play over, 13, and you can't, because it was more very rhythmic, and so you had all this room. I didn't have to switch chords. I stayed in E, but I did go from melodic minor to major, which is, I learned melodic minor. I had 2 years. I went to 2 years of music at Wayne, and so for some reason, between a melodic minor and just a major scale, it's worked.
Oh,
Because you can always bend a note on a guitar. You go, whoops.
that is one of the greatest rock moments, though. That combo of songs.
Well, I was, like I said, and we did it every night, so I was, pretty loose on that thing. And
Did you guys record more than what's out there? Does Punch and Bob have a catalog that's sitting there waiting to come
there
out?
are some songs that are unreleased, and I've asked about one which we did it either down in Florida or the Toronto thing, and it was down in Florida. He did that, and he wanted me to play on one song, and there was Her Strut, and there was this other thing, and I thought, I know Bob, I said, Bob, why don't we trade guitar licks on this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Feed into it, yeah.
Yeah, it didn't work. He picked Watch Her Strut. And this other was like a Lost Angel. It was something to do with an angel. And I thought it was pretty good. I wasn't trying to I was playing, come on, you take yours and I'll take mine, but I wasn't overplaying or anything or trying to show off. So I thought I'd get away with it, but I didn't.
Yeah, it seems kind of.
So that's in the thing.
Yeah,
somewhere.
he seems kind of reluctant to put out things that he's maybe not 100% happy with. I mean, he's got those early albums like back in '72 and trying to think what other ones out there have never been. Mongrel.
Mongrel and Smoking OP's out. That's out though.
Yeah, it's at least on CD. But a lot of this stuff has never been released, and I always figured that, geez, a
That
Bob
acoustic
Seger
one's
box
the
set,
big one.
it just seems like a no-brainer, but it's never come out, and now I'm not sure it ever will because the CD sales are so.
I don't
low.
think he just he didn't need the money.
He gave into
right.
digital a couple years ago when you guys got that paperwork you were talking about or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And because I know Chris went to court, or didn't he? Was that in Rolling Stone, I think?
Oh, he went to he sued him for. There was a whole thing there. I talked to Punch about it, and we only talk. I mean, I know when not to. And he said, "Well, there was issues." And, I said, "Was it this?" And he said, "Well, that had something to do with it. Was it that? That had something to do with it too." And, but I think it really prompted, God, he was with Bob longer than I was.
Oh, yeah. He's played right up until fairly recently, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
so he must have been there for over 40 years.
He's got some health issues.
Oh, okay.
Now he does, as far as I know. And I don't know exactly what they are or exactly where he is, but there's some issues.
Do you stay in contact at all with the guys that were, like in the classic Silver Bullet band?
Well, I, run into Charlie once in a while.
How's he doing?
Well, he's doing okay.
He's supposed to be on our show too. He texts me every so often.
Well,
And that, for anybody that doesn't know what we're talking about Charlie Martin,
right.
who was seriously injured after a concert. Was hit by a vehicle, right?
Yeah. Lost use of his legs.
Right. Pretty much ended his
drumming
career.
That's as far as I was concerned. Ended Silver Bullet Band, actually. Because that was the band. And then the other was maybe more commercial, but and he was the heart and soul. I always thought he was just a great drummer. He could play complicated. He could play pretty. I remember when I first saw him, and he was doing the fours on the hi-hat, which is a jazz thing. And he had a lot of chops, and just, getting him to simple down. I mean, I was trying to be his mentor. I said, "Simple down, dude." And then he told me later on, we were playing somewhere down in Ohio. I said, "Drew, you're always so mad when you play your solos." And I said, "Yeah, I know." I said, "That's where I get, that's the fire." But I tried to change. Go ahead.
Okay, Drew, you brought your guitar.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
how about playing something?
I'll play you some chords.
Okay.
All right, because I'm not gonna. I haven't put stuff music in anything. I see them because I'm not gonna sing.
I was going to ask you if you did the solo on Main Street, but you already told me no when you were talking. So
No, it's a great solo.
I do Main Street in my band, and I've done Beautiful Loser into or the 2-piece thing with my band, and I could never copy your licks like that. And I couldn't play that now, but I definitely could play Main Street.
Okay, I don't know if we need to move the mic.
Let's let
Scott?
them tune up first.
Oh, okay.
Oops. Ha ha.
Well, that's nice. That I'm assuming that's an original composition.
Yeah.
Do you have lyrics to that? Have you messing around with some lyrics, or?
Yeah, I can say I don't know if they fit together. The lyrics are an ocean moon casts shadows on ocean moon casts shadows on a fallow field where a tower still stands that will not yield. I come ashore calling, calling, but all the stars are falling.
Beautiful.
Nice, yeah. I like the tune too. It's just really a great tune. It sounds familiar, and yet, it's
Oh,
unique.
it's really tough to be
Yeah,
to try to be original.
yeah,
And the thing is, you can't try to be original. That's the trick thing.
yeah. That's
I'm
great.
going to do something that nobody's ever heard before. Really?
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, that's very nice.
That's
yeah.
beautiful, Taylor.
Yeah, I appreciate you,
Yeah.
coming in and playing that for us.
Well, that's what I'm working on. I don't think the lyrics are going to go to that particular thing. And, like I said,
But somewhere down the line, there may be another album recorded
I
at
don't
Big
know.
Sky.
I think when I recorded that, I was a lot younger, a lot thinner. And there was some hope of maybe somebody be interested in it. And Punch liked, some of it. And he sent it out to some people. I never heard back or anything. And I just went, I'm not, because I went through it for a long time. You're putting bands together and doing gigs, and I just don't get, it's a lot of work, and I wind up with all the loose ends.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not real enjoyable for me, and that's the thing. Is this enjoyable for you now? Sitting around playing that guitar with a drop D, or playing slide with a drop D on both strings, it's kind of fun, because you're not, I'm not doing the chords. I'm trying, and I don't even know what those chords are. I know it's in D, but I don't. I'm pressing it down, and we used to do the third power that way. We didn't know what the chords were. I remember Jim did this playful song, and we didn't know what a major seventh was, even though I did from college. But
Now, Jim passed away. Was that last year? Yeah.
No, it was a few years.
A couple years ago.
Was it a couple of years?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was on Facebook with me a lot, talking like a lot. And
Yeah,
I told him I was starting the podcast. It was,
Well,
it wasn't too long after that.
we had differences, but the last thing we said to each other, and I would highly recommend this, is, I love you. So I love you too, buddy.
Yeah.
And which
Left it
those
on a
are
good
the last
note.
words that I went,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I going to do here?
Major seventh, you said?
Oh,
so?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're going to play something of Jim's.
Here's a major seven. Oh, yeah. Pass by, I think. So it's where we found out today. Yeah, high range. I can't see that. And I can't remember the rest of it. That was. I don't know, it's just a little story about that. And, and then you do, I know, who was, I got some book by somebody, And find out about this, which is a ninth inside.
Larry uses those a lot.
And then I also like this thing, which is a suspended fourth. Some try to change the future by lying about the past. Some try to build an empire to know that never lasts. One thing in common, they never seem to know. Can't push the river faster than it flows. Can't push a river. You can't push a river. Whoa, you can't push a river. Etc.
Wow, it's nice.
So, yeah, there's oh, have you ever gone to Drew Abbott? It's Christmas Day on the internet.
No, would that be on YouTube or
Just
on the internet?
search the internet for Drew Abbott Christmas Day.
What's it's a new song or a new?
Oh, I recorded it.
Uh-huh.
It's a recorded for Christmas song. I recorded 4 or 5 years ago. Anyway, maybe longer. I don't know it. I mean, no, because it's just a single guitar.
It's an instrumental. Okay.
Yeah, if you want to you want to play some?
Oh, I want to see if you. I know you didn't write it, but.
Staying on the corner at midnight,
Trying to get my courage up.
long only dancing in a club downtown.
Hey, you still what? This is
How about-
your licks, man. Yeah, baby.
There we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like all day long. I thought maybe you would have wrote that lick, and I'm like, I want to hear you do it.
I don't know how that works anymore. Yeah, anyway. Oh, there's the other one.
Larry.
No, it's got a major third and a minor third. So it's kind of weird. Well, anyway. I guess you got enough there.
Yeah,
Beautiful
wow.
guitar. Beautiful.
Yeah, well, again,
That's one of my.
thank you so much for being on the show. Gee.
I wondered, do you know if there's any live stuff also that you guys recorded over the years that's sitting in the can, like
Well,
Nine
Bob?
Tonight? Yeah, anything or anybody that you've been. Is there any more
I'll tell you what's out there.
like? Did you have to warm up for live stuff?
Before we played Cobo Hall, we played Whiskey A Go Go.
Okay.
Have you ever heard that tape?
No.
It is the recording is amazing.
Wow.
And we were just as hot there as we were at Cobo Hall, except the sound is incredible.
Was it pretty much the same set list?
And there's a bootleg of this out there
Yeah,
somewhere?
we came, played Cobo. I think we played out there, and then we came back and played Cobo.
Was that for 9 to Night tour, or was that for the
That would be
Live Bullet?
Live Bullet. And
Okay.
the thing about it was we were out there, and Bob had, when he had his trio, he played the Whiskey a Go-Go, and I don't know if Capitol had him then or if it was Cameo, no, not Cameo, but it was what was it?
Palladium?
No, it was a big label, and they dropped him after that gig.
Really?
Yeah, he played the Whiskey with that original band and had everybody come down, and it just wasn't, what they were used to. So he was really scared of playing the Whiskey.
Oh.
And we rehearsed out there, and we had he blew up.
Would that have been when he was with Teagarden and Van Winkle?
No, this was Silver Bullet Man
Oh, okay.
with alto. I think with alto, maybe not. Because alto, he might not have been, because we went back and played Cobo, and alto, we've been touring without alto. Alto was he was working at Wayne State making films of autopsies.
Whoa.
Man's got to work.
Yeah.
He had a house he had to pay for, And so he came back, and the first time he came back to the band, Punchy called it. And it was first night at Cobo. He came back and played the show.
Wow. Jumped right in.
It cut into my solos.
Yeah.
He's a great guy, really.
Yeah, and that's the version that, everybody really plays, is that live version.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Very cool.
Amazing. Well, thank you for all your
thanks for
years,
having
man. Drew, it's been a pleasure. We can't wait to see what else is coming out
I hope
down
you're
the
going to
road.
edit this down to understandable stuff. And
It'll probably be a
that son of a
two-parter.
bitch out,
It'll be a two-parter for sure.
We've been waiting a long time to get something
Yeah.
like this on here and to hear your story. Your story is important
Oh, sure.
to all
is.
of Michigan music, and it's great. And you tell it how it is, and that's the cool part.
Well,
It's not no fluff here. You let it all go today. So
they can't fire me again.
That's right.
thank you, Drew.
Yeah, thanks
Thanks a
again.
lot, guys. We'll see you
Okay,
all.
we
I
want-
have to drive back in the car.
we gotta-
I'm an old man.
On behalf of our hosts, we would like to thank the Michigan Rock Legends Hall of Fame, our guests, and especially our listeners. The MMHP is found on the 989 network, as well as all familiar podcast hubs. Up-to-the-minute information, as well as Dr. J and Sir Fred's Michigan Music Songs of the Week, can be found on the MMHP's Facebook page, /MMHP989. You can connect with Scott at scottbakermusic.com, Dr. J at michiganrockandrolllegends.com, Sir Fred at fredrife.com, and Mr. Mike on YouTube as MRBTEE1.
And on behalf of Dr. J, Sir Fred, Mr. Mike, and myself, Scott Baker, we would like to thank Eddie Switek for being the voice of the MMHP in the 989.
Then they had cassettes, so we sold the same things over again. We got a triple dip on them. Then they got CDs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
because people would go with the latest stuff. And CDs you could play in a car.
Well, right, and it's
So,
sets,
so
too.
you got to sell, I don't know what the percentages were or anything.
Yeah.
But you got a double dip on it anyway.
Yeah, record companies were going wild with profits during those days, and then all of a sudden, here comes the internet. Everything
Yes.
changed then, big
Oh,
time.
man.
Well, you know what the horrible thing about the internet I thought was, you used to be able to go find some Les Paul for $150 that was under some widow's bed.
No more.
That was the end of that. Man.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
okay.
All right, we ready to go?
Yeah, we're ready, you guys. Hey,
Okay.
did you do the induction? Or you want to do that later, or
Yeah, maybe I don't. Not everybody was here, so we could do.
We'll do that at the end?
afterward.
Sure.
I want to present you with the
Wonderful.
framed induction certificate, and I thought maybe Joey Oliver might show up. was kind of, last minute here, but I guess not.
Bobby Balderrama says hello. I've been with him for the last couple of days. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sure you might know him from Question Mark and Mysterians.
I've never met him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's like, oh my gosh. Everybody kind of knows each other, I think, from that era, even if they haven't played together.
yeah,
Well,
I
Drew
was-
played on some pretty